Bryan Barberena and Rafael Dos Anjos. All right, so a
Talking,
little bit bigger of a difference right here,
yeah, talking about the guy who doesn't slow down.
right?
Another guy, like, and that's why. And he had some crazy wars, and he's still like moving from. He even tried go back to the lightweight. Now he's moving again to the welterweight. And you know how I'm usually about the guys who are switching the weights, but like this is like just like switching the weight. He just want to fight, that's
Yeah.
good for him. And I think this is like a perfect fight for him, like Brian is just like a, I would say, typical brawler that push forward and try
Hmm.
to suffocate you on the pressure, and I think like that he will not be able to do that to Dos Anjos, even though I'm surprised honestly that even when I was looking the fights before seeing the odds, I was thinking that Barberena will be the favorite, especially after two. I think he had been over Robbie Lawler and Matt Brown, even two older guys. Now
Yeah.
he's trying to go on the third older guy, like from the old crew that goes way beyond. But like I think just like that, Matt Brown was like even retired, came back, and even like he had
Hmm.
many problems with Brown. It's like even questionable. Yeah, and it was like split decision. Now
Yeah.
it's you know. So you can see there, even though Matt Brown is also like more like pushing pace, even though he has like he's really technical in some stuff, but you would never say that he's technical. He was more like a pushing pace,
Yeah.
and and he outclassed Barberena in some aspect of the fight. It was looking even funny how he sweep him couple times, like like he managed to control, and he didn't look good. Like at the end, he managed to like I think land one elbow in like end of the second or third round and take over the round, and maybe like on the youth, he managed like to push down and get that split decision against the guy again who was retired and came back,
Hmm.
And against Robbie Lawler, he had really good performance, and I thought that's gonna give him higher odds, but obviously not. Like I guess even odd makers see like that Rafael Dos Anjos, even though he had less defeat, it's gonna be a kryptonite because like he's all around fighter, and they're both southpaws, so even like that advantage that against. Um some people that Brian has because he's southpaw and he can reach with that left hand, which he do good, and push the pace against Rafael Dos Anjos. It's not gonna be there. Plus, Rafael can switch the stance. He's gonna use the kicks. He's gonna use the takedowns, and I think this. I mean, this should be like easy victory for him. But when I see the odds, I just I cannot put my money on Dos Anjos. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with that. Like Rafael Dos Anjos, he hasn't really lost a step. And if you look at the guys that he's losing to, other than Fiziev, who is a beast, they're all champions, right? Like Kobe Covington, Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards, right? All of these guys became champion shortly after. So you throw Rafael Dos Anjos in there, he's not losing to any slouches, and it kind of makes you wonder, where is Rafael Fiziev going to go with his career after that? Because, like I said, he's not losing to anybody other than champions. And the thing with Barberena is like, even though I don't think he's gonna beat RDA, you gotta think his confidence must be at an all-time high because he did beat those two veterans back to back, Matt Brown and Robbie Lawler. And Robbie Lawler was a former champion, so going into this, I'm sure he's going to be confident. He's already beaten a former champion. Now this is another former champion who's smaller than Robbie Lawler and coming off a knockout loss in a different weight class, in a smaller weight class. So I'm expecting Bryan Barberena to come in like he owns the place. Yeah, like he deserves to be there. But RDA is just going to be too much. Like nothing that I've seen, even in that Fiziev fight. Like I think he lost to the better fighter, but I don't think he was like a shell of himself, so to speak. I think he was still all there. So I'm expecting RDA to kind of stake his claim in the divisions like he has been doing for probably over a decade. Must be right.
Yeah,
He's
it's a long, long time. Like, let's see exactly. Like, fuck. He is in UFC since 2008.
Yeah, so I mean, over a decade he's been, fighting the best of the best. And Bryan Barberena, I don't know. I think he's a solid fighter. He's just not one of those guys. So I'm going RDA.
Yeah, I agree, but like now, like again, when I said that there's like so many variables that comes in the fight, and when I see something like this, I honestly like I said, I thought he will be even favorite, and I would be like, Rafael is like pick. It's like, but like now when I see this, and there's a chance, it's a question also like how the RDA will come after fight, like there's that so many things. Like if you ask me, like um, outside of the betting, I'm saying RDA all day, But now when
Mhm.
I see plus 420, and you know how I like to catch those underdogs,
Yeah, yeah.
there it can happen. Rafael
Oh,
Dos
for
Anjos
sure.
can like slip after the first round on like if they forget water or ice and directly
Yeah.
land on the knee or whatever, like, and that's the chance. Like I'm gonna probably see live when the fight starts, and if I see something, I'm gonna probably like try to play with Barberena, or like if I see that Barberena is having like a first good win, and then the odds move up, and like before the start of the second round, if I see that in the start of the second round, Rafael is getting the wind back and starting to be more technical, and Barberena is gassing away, then is the time to place the money and like go like this on minus 540. I think it's just like no sense to play at all. So I would
Yeah.
say
So Barberena has to get lucky. He has to pray that RDA slips on some ice, and then he's got a shot at winning.
that's it, and we can win some money.